Hi, welcome to Crochet Jewel channel. I'm going to show you how to make this crochet vest for a child. The sizes are 4, 6, 8, 10, and everything is in parentheses. This is from Yarnspirations. I did ask permission to use this pattern. They use a 4.5 hook, and that is US 7. It's right in between a G and an H. I bought one online from Amazon, but I ended up using an H hook because my daughter's just a little bit bigger than a size 10. And I'm going to show the pattern step by step. They used medium size 4 yarn, Karen Soft. I used 3 to make it a little bit thinner so it's lighter weight. You can use what they recommend. This pattern is not my pattern, so there are times in this pattern that I made assumptions. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so this is how it looks when it's finished. It turned out really nice. And I did make the drawstrings just a little bit longer, and I didn't do the single crochet. I just did chains. I thought it looked nicer with it being longer and thinner. This looks really cute on my child. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Start with your chain count, chain of 58 for a size 4, and then size 6 is 62, and size 8 is 66, and size 10 is 70. It's right there on the screen, and then the next step is on the screen as well. This is on the right side. You're going to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops for a double crochet. That's through the 4th chain from the hook, and then chain 1, and then skip the next chain, and then double crochet in the next chain. And then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to skip the next chain again, and then double crochet in the next stitch, and then repeat that until you get to the end. And that is your foundation row. At the end, they have stitches that are counted. I believe they're counting the chain 1s and the double crochets, and that's how I'm reading it. So when you see your chain count at the end, I think that's how they're taking that into account for all stitches. Now you're going to end with a double crochet in that last chain. If you do not, that means you probably didn't count all your stitches correctly. So it's going to look like this. This is the beginning of how to start this. Now you're going to chain 3 and turn your work. And you're going to double crochet in that first chain 1 space. And then you're going to chain 1. Now this pattern says skip the next double crochet and double crochet in the next chain 1 space. So I'm assuming that double crochet right there is being skipped, and then you're double crocheting in the space. That's what looks best, and that's what I did. And then it says skip the next, and then it says repeat to the last 2 double crochet. So you're just going to do that. Make sure you include your chain 1 to give it that space, and then repeat until you get to your last 2 double crochet. So now I'm ending with a chain 1 and then a double crochet in that chain space, but then it says your last 2 double crochet. So that chain 3 and the double crochet is the last 2. So then it says chain 1 and skip that double crochet and double crochet on top of that turning chain, which is the chain 3. So you skip that one and then go to the end is how I'm assuming that's being worked. Then it says repeat the last row for the mesh pattern until the piece measures 9.5, 10 to 11, or 11.5 inches. And so you need to look at the pattern to know. So you can see right here, you may need to only continue this on until 9.5. I had to continue on to 11.5 because I did the size 10. So you take a look at that and see how long you need to continue that on until it measures. Get your measuring tape out. and measure it, and then we're going to continue on. Okay, now I'm going to shape the sleeves with the chain 6, and you will too, no matter how big yours is. You'll do the same thing, and then you'll double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, and this will shape your sleeves to make them come out. So they'll add sleeves to this, and then after that you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to skip the next chain, and then you're going to double crochet in the next chain, and then you'll continue this pattern on until the end of the row, it says. So then you'll turn your work, and then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to work the pattern until the end, which is the mesh pattern. And then you're going to double crochet in that chain space, and then chain 1, it's going to look like that, and then chain 1, and then just repeat a double crochet in the next chain space, and then work this all the way until you get to the very end, and with a double crochet in that turning chain to end. Okay, take note that 4 stitches are increased each row. Now I'm going to do a chain 6 and just repeat this pattern. It says for the next 4 rows, on each side you need sleeves, so you're going to increase on this side for the sleeves, and you're going to do it the same exact way, where you double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, and just turn your work, and then it does have a measuring, so if you did the 10, then you're going to have 84 stitches at the end, including the chain 1s. Then double crochet, skip a stitch, double crochet after your chain 1, go ahead and do your double crochet, and then you're going to double crochet after your chain 1. You're going to do a chain 1 right here, and then double crochet in the chain 1 space, and then continue that on until you get back to the other end of the row. Chain 1 and then end with a double crochet on top of the chain 3. To increase again, repeat, which is double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. This is a repeat, and then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to skip a chain and go into the go into the chain of your chain 6, and then chain 1, and you can place your video in slow motion if this is too fast. Double crochet in the chain 1 space, and then just repeat this until you get to the other end. Just chain 1 and double crochet in the next chain 1 space, and just repeat. Now I'm going to work a double crochet in the chain 3, and I'm going to chain 6 again for another increase, and then just repeat this increase the same exact way. Double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, and then double crochet, skip, chain 1, skip, a chain, and then double crochet in the next chain, and then just repeat the pattern again with a chain 1, double crochet in the chain 1 space. Double crochet in the turning chain, and then chain 6 for a repeat. And remember to have 4 rows in total for your increases for the sleeves. And then just repeat this the same exact way, double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, chain 1, skip a chain, and then double crochet, and then repeat the pattern across. Double crochet in the turning chain, and then chain 6 for a repeat. Make sure you have 4 rows of chain 6 increase on the sleeves, and it totals to 16 stitches total. And you do that, and then once you're done, you're going to continue on with the regular pattern, which is the mesh pattern, which is the chain 3 turn, and then chain 1 and double crochet in each chain 1 space. Make sure it's equal and even on both sides for the sleeves. So you will want to make sure you have the chain 6 on both sides to make it even. And you can make your sleeves longer if you want to keep going on with the pattern, or you can make them smaller and only do half the size for the chain 6s. Continue in the mesh pattern until your piece from the beginning measures 15, 16, 17, or 18, depending on the size. It's going to look like this. Make sure your sleeves are even on both sides. And chain 3, and then turn your work, and then work the pattern across the same exact way with a double crochet in the chain space and then a chain 1. And this will divide for the front. You leave the remaining stitches unworked after you have your chain count. So mine's 36, and then I will leave the remaining stitches unworked. Chain 3. Now you're going to double crochet in the first double crochet so an increase is made. This is the inside of the vest on the one side, then double crochet in the chain 1 space, and then pattern to the end of the row to turn. So this is just working on one side now, and then you will continue on the other side after this side is done. Double crochet in the turning chain and then chain 3 and turn, and then work the pattern into the end of the row until you get to the last 3 double crochet. So you're just going to double crochet in that chain 1 space and chain 1, and then repeat, double crochet into the chain space until you get to the last 3 double crochet. Now it says chain 1, skip a double crochet, double crochet in the next double crochet. So I'm double crocheting in that double crochet, and then it says 2 double crochet in the last double crochet, which is the chain 3 increase made. So 2 double crochet in that last turning chain. Now this is where I'm making assumptions. It's increasing it. It looked fine after I finished it, so I'm assuming that's correct. And now if you see anything that you think is different, that's fine too. Okay, so now we did this row, and they want you to repeat the last 2 rows 3 more times. And make sure your stitch count is correct. So we're going to go back to row 1, and you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to double crochet in the first double crochet. Increase is made. And then you're going to double crochet in the next chain 1 space. And then chain 1, and then just repeat until you get to the end of the row, and then turn. Okay, so you're going to chain 1 and just repeat until the end of the row, and then turn. Double crochet on top of that turning chain, and then you're going to turn back to the inside of the vest so you can make more increasing stitches. So just chain 3, turn, and then repeat the pattern to the other side. Okay, so you're on row 2 of going back to the center increasing, and this is just repeating the mesh pattern. Now I'm back at the end of the row 2, and I'm going to chain 1, skip a double crochet, then double crochet in the next double crochet, and then you're going to work 2 double crochet in the last for an increase. Now you're going to chain 3 and turn. Now you're going to do rows 2, 1 and 2, 2 more times, so this is the second time. Okay, make sure to do rows 1 and 2 2 more times. We did a set of 1, and the pattern's right there, and it's going to get bigger and bigger. And so the neck is going inward, and then your sleeves are shaped straight, and then we're going to do a decrease so they start going inward for the sleeves. We're going to shape the sleeve by doing a chain 3, turning, repeat the pattern exactly the same way, and repeat that to the last 4 stitches remaining. You're going to leave those stitches unworked to shape the sleeve. So turn your work, and then chain 3, and then 1 double crochet in the chain 1 space. And I'm just reading it the way it says, so it's 1 double crochet in the first chain 1 space, then chain 1, skip the next double crochet, so I'm skipping, and then it says 1 double crochet in the next chain space. And then chain 1, and then it says repeat to the last 2 double crochet. Then it says chain 1, skip the next double crochet, which I am, and then it says double crochet in the top turning chain and then turn, which is basically the pattern. I don't know why they phrase it like that, but if there's anything different that you see, you can just work it the way you see fit. chain 3 and turn. It's going to look like this. One double crochet in the first chain 1 space, then chain 1, and then skip the next double crochet, and then double crochet in the next chain 1 space. Repeat from the asterisk to the last 4 double crochet, and then turn, leaving the remaining stitches unworked. So you're going to chain 1 and then work a double crochet in the turning chain, and then chain 3, and you're going to leave those 4 stitches unworked there. It's going to look like that. Continue even in the mesh pattern on the right side from shoulder. Marker measures 15, 16, or 17 depending on your size. So just continue on that side until you have the right measurements. This is the left front with right side facing. Skip the next 12 stitches at center back. Rejoin yarn with slip stitch to the next double crochet. Then you're going to chain 3, counts as a double crochet, and then double crochet in the next chain 1 space, and then the pattern is to the end of the row. Now you're just going to work the pattern to the last 2 double crochet. So the pattern is repeat, which is a chain 3, double crochet in the chain 1 space, and then chain 1, and then double crochet in the next chain 1 space. Since this is all repeat, I'm just doing it a little bit faster. This is on the other side, and then I'll show it just a little bit closer here in a second. Take it there until you get to the decrease part right there. So in the last double crochet, which is the chain 3, you're going to work 2 double crochet increase. This is for the shape neck edge. This is the first row. This is all repeat from the last side that you did. Then you're going to work a chain 3 for second row, and you're going to turn, and then you're going to work 1 double crochet in the first double crochet. That makes an increase, and then work that pattern until the end of the row, and then this is going to create the edge of the neck. So the mesh pattern is a chain 1, and then work a double crochet in the chain 1 space, and then just repeat to the end. Double crochet on top of that turning chain, and then you're going to turn back to the inside of the vest so you can make more increasing stitches. So just chain 3, turn, and then repeat the pattern to the other side. Okay, so you're on row 2 of going back to the center increasing, and this is just repeating the mesh pattern. So then you're going to work 2 double crochet in the last double crochet, and then you're going to work back on row 2. This is set 1. So you're going to chain 3 and turn. And then double crochet in the first double crochet for an increase. This is the inside of the vest. Then chain 1, work a double crochet in the chain spaces. Chain 1, work a double crochet in all of the chain spaces until you get to the end of the row. And with a double crochet, this is the edge of the vest. Chain 3 and turn, and you're on set 2 of rows 1 and 2. Work the pattern until you get to the last 2 double crochet for the increase. Two double crochet in the last double crochet, and then you're going to chain 3 and turn, and then 1 double crochet in the first double crochet increase. This is shaping the neck edge, and then you will continue the pattern until the end with a chain 1 and double crochet in the chain 1 spaces, and double crochet in each chain 1 space with the chain 1. Work that until you get to the end. Okay, so now you're going to repeat the pattern until you get to the neck edging again. Okay, repeat the neck edging again with 2 double crochet, and then just make sure that you do this 3 times to create that neck edging. Now you're going to shape the sleeves. You're going to repeat the pattern to the last 4 stitches. This is all repeat, and leave 4 remaining stitches, and then count your stitches to make sure you have your correct stitches. Okay, now you're going to shape your sleeves. Just repeat this pattern to the end of the row. This is all repeat until you have 4 stitches remaining. Now you're going to chain 3, double crochet in the chain space, and then repeat until you get to the end. You're skipping, and then you're going to double crochet in the chain space. Repeat to the last 2 double crochet. One double crochet in the turning chain, and then turn. And this is all repeat from the other side as well. Double crochet in the first chain 1 space, and skip the next double crochet, and then it says 1 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. Repeat into the last 4 double crochet, and leave the remaining stitches unworked. Now it says continue in the mesh pattern over the remaining stitches until the left front from shoulder marker measures 15, 16, 17, or 18, and then you'll fasten off, and you will sew your sides together and your sleeves together. If you want to do drawstrings, the way that is said to do it is to go right up to the top where it's about to curve, slip stitch in with your yarn, and it did say do a chain 10 and then slip stitch back into it. I didn't really like that. I just went ahead and did a chain of 50 and then tied it off. I preferred that better. It's whatever you prefer. And I created those drawstrings for a size 10, so you may need a smaller chain count. I took my yarn and my yarn needle, sewed in the sleeves there. Make sure you leave an opening big enough for their arms. And I sewed it all the way down, and then I turned it right side out so those seams are hidden. And I had to take my drawstrings and redo them because I had to turn it right side out, go right down the sides on both sides, and then the vest is complete. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial of this shrug vest for children. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. The pattern is listed down below in the comments and description.